Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and thanks for joining me again today in Marcus's Corner. I know why you're here. You saw the title of this video, and you know that I'm going to be talking about my Week 9 NFL picks. All right, I'm going to cut right to the chase. Here we go. We're going to get started tonight on tonight's game, which is we got New Orleans, and they're going to Carolina to play against Cam in the game. I know that a lot of people are looking at Carolina to probably try to take this, but I'm going to go with New Orleans on this, and the reason being is because we know that there's some issues now with Carolina's line, offensive line. Also, we've got Cam, who has not really been 100% all season. So I know that we've got New Orleans at 3-4, and I know that Carolina is 3-4. It's a big night game, but I'm going to go with New Orleans on this. Now we're going to quickly move to the Sunday games, and the first game that we have to talk about is Tampa Bay at Cleveland. I don't even think we need to really talk about this. Tampa Bay let Minnesota sneak by them last week. I'm going with Cleveland. The game is in Cleveland. We move to a big game right here. Arizona at Dallas. People are going with Dallas on this one because Dallas just lost against Washington a couple of days ago. But Romo got knocked up really good in that game. He got knocked around. He got hit really good in that one. So I'm going to go with Arizona. And being a fan of the Rams, I get to see Arizona a lot. And I know that Arizona is a pretty good team this year. I'm going to go ahead and go with Arizona. They're just playing good football right now. I'm going to next move on to Philadelphia at Houston. Big game. The Eagles are 5-2. Houston is 4-4. Game is in Houston, but I'm going to go with Philly in this week. Yeah, Andrea, if you're watching this one, I'm going with the Eagles this week at the 1 o'clock game in Houston. Going with the Eagles. Next, we move on we've got the New York Football Jets going to Kansas City. Kansas City just beat the brakes off of the Rams last week, and I'm saying that it's going to continue this week. I'm picking Kansas City. The game is in Kansas City. What's going on with the Jets? 1-7? Wow, they look bad. Going with Kansas City. We move on to Jacksonville at Cincinnati. Do I even really need to pick this game? Guys, you know who to go with. Cincinnati. Ashley, going with Cincinnati this week. We've got San Diego going to Miami. San Diego at Miami. I've had a couple of people to send me comments about the Miami Dolphins and my picks, but you know what? I'm going with Miami this week. Miami is 4-3. I know San Diego is 5-3. San Diego is coming to Miami. Miami can play really hard at home. The problem with Miami is you just don't know which team you're going to get from week to week. But I'm going with Miami this week. Washington at Minnesota. Reports are that RG3 is going to play in this particular game. Minnesota just snuck by the Bucs. I'm going to go with RG3 and Washington this week. Andrew, going with Washington. St. Louis at San Francisco. This game used to really be a rivalry, I guess I should say, back when the Rams were in LA, which, by the way, I hope that they move back to LA, but that's for another time. St. Louis at San Francisco. I'm not going to be a homer here. I know when my team is struggling, the Rams are struggling. Going with the 49ers. 49ers are going to win this game. Denver at New England. 6-1 Denver traveling to New England. 6-2. The Pats have not lost a game at home. They're 4-0 if I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to go with Denver this week. And you know why I'm going to go with Denver? Because Peyton Manning, it's a regular season game, man. You know what you do in the regular season. You do well in the regular season. It's not the playoffs. So because it's not the playoffs, I'm going to go with Denver. If this was a playoff game, you know I would have to go with the Patriots. Especially if money was on the table, you got to go with the Patriots at home in the playoffs. But because this is a regular season game, and we know going all the way back to Manning's days when he was at Tennessee, that guy could get it done. But when the cash is on the line, what does Peyton Manning generally do? Blow the cash. All right, we're going to move on to Oakland at Seattle. And I'm going to go back to that Denver pick real quick. I'm going to leave myself some wiggle room with that. I still may change my mind down the line when Denver makes it to the playoffs. We'll have to wait and see. But we'll revisit that. All right, we're going to move on. Oakland going to Seattle. 0-7. Oakland, 0-7. Come on, guys. But your luck's not going to change this week. I'm going with Seattle. Now we got Baltimore at Pittsburgh. You know what? You can really just take a coin, flip it up, and pick a team on this one. These two teams play each other always hard. They play each other really good. Baltimore is 5-3. Pittsburgh is 5-3. But I'm going to give the nod this week to Pittsburgh because the game is in Pittsburgh. The game was in Baltimore. I would go with Baltimore. But the game is in Pittsburgh. I'm seeing that the Steelers are probably going to go ahead and take this, and that's going to be my pick. Now we've got the final game, Indianapolis at the New York Giants. Going with the Colts here. I know they're on the road. They're 5-3. The Giants are 3-4. So I'm going to roll with the Colts on this one. Your bye teams are Atlanta, Buffalo, Chicago, Detroit, Green Bay, and Tennessee. If you like any of those teams, you can take it easy this week because your teams don't play. All right, guys, that's going to be my picks for this week. You know what to do. If you like the video, which obviously if you're listening to me now, I always say this, if you're here, you obviously like it and you're listening to me now. So be sure to like the video and subscribe to Marcus's Corner. All right, again, I'm Marcus Boston. Peace.